Take control of your finances with these loud budgeting tips. Loud budgeting is a trend gaining popularity on TikTok. Loud budgeting encourages you to be vocal about your money boundaries, especially when faced with spending temptations. I think now everybody is trying to be like, you know what? We're done being the Lulu. Let's start thinking about our finances for real. Like, what are we actually not going to do anymore? What are we going to start being responsible for in our finances? And here are a few ways or a few loud budgeting tips that you could try that might help you with that. First of all, be honest. Say no when you need to. If your friend is asking you to hang out and you can't because you just can't financially, be honest. Say no. Be honest with your friends about the reason why you don't want to go, so that they don't think you don't want to see them anymore for that reason. Just tell them that you can't afford it, or it's not within your budget, or you don't even have the budget for that outing right now. So it's actually best to be honest about things that you can financially accommodate and things that you can't financially accommodate, so that you're not just spending money that you don't have because you're trying to impress your friends, or you don't want to seem like you are poor or whatever. I'm pretty sure people don't think that in real life. Like, people would understand if you are honest with them and tell them, no, you can't really afford something at this moment. Second tip is to be realistic about your budget. What can you actually comfortably live on every month? What is your actual budget? I don't want to say too much around this, but what is your actual budget? What is the money that you need for your rent, your utilities, and your needs, your wants, and all of that? How much do you really need to live on? How much are you even splurging? Because when you know how much you need, then you can actually track your money more effectively, and you're not just like creating this huge budget and overspending money when the amount of money that you really need to live on is like super tiny. DIY things. I don't know. I think DIY, the term DIY just disappeared off the face of the earth. Everyone is trying to live their softest life, their most Delulu life or whatever, and nobody is DIYing anymore. But please, this is a trend that needs to come back. It's okay to DIY things. It's okay to rent if you can't afford full price. You can do it yourself, or you can rent. The camera that I'm shooting on right now is secondhand. A lot of things that I own are secondhand items. So if you can't afford full price, rent. Cut back on expenses that you don't need, any unnecessary expense that you don't need. So subscriptions, things like that are recurring and just automatically gets debited from your account that you may not need or you've probably forgotten about. It's a good deal to track your active subscriptions and your subscriptions that are no longer active, so that you're not just wasting money and getting deducted for things that you've even completely forgotten about, or things that you don't even need anymore. Doing your own hair. I know this is quite funny, but you guys can see that my hair is like, this is my natural hair. I would admit I don't necessarily love doing my own hair because it takes a lot of time. My hair is kinky hair. It takes time to detangle my hair. It takes a lot of products and so many things. It requires a lot of attention. Braids are very expensive. I own wigs. They're not the best, but they're okay. I do just fine with them. But they are very uncomfortable, and because of that reason, I'm doing my own hair. There are a lot of tutorials online from not just regular people who do their own hair, but from professionals, like people who film their salon day-to-day activities. You can learn from professionals online as well how to do your own hair. And also another reason why you should start doing your own hair is so that if you have something to attend last minute, you can get ready, get your own hair done, feel clean and put together last minute because you know how to style your own hair. Delay items in your cart. I think this one is pretty common. Just like if you want to buy something, wait for a while, see if the price goes down. See if you're still interested in that item, see if you can find other deals elsewhere. I am someone, like, let me just tell you this, okay, this is a tip. I don't know if you guys want to try this as well, but when I buy something online, and I usually shop on Jumia, and my item hasn't arrived yet, I still keep checking for good deals online. And I keep checking if the price of that item will go down within the time of my delivery, within the period of my delivery. So if by any chance that item goes down in price, I cancel my order and then I reorder it again, but at a cheaper rate, at a cheaper price. That's what I do, because no, I will not be paying more for the same item that was listed for higher just like a few days ago. So if I buy something, when I keep something in my cart for long enough and then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to buy this thing, I buy it and then I still check on the website. I mean, I have the time to spare, so don't mind me. I still check on the website to see if the price goes down within my delivery period, and if it does, I cancel my order and I reorder again, unless the item is something that I need like really urgently. But that rarely happens, because if I'm ordering on Jumia, it's not urgent. It takes around like 3 to 5 days for it to get to you, so it's not really urgent. So that is what I do. It's a loud budgeting tip that I follow, so you don't have to follow it just for me. Unfollow accounts that tempt you to buy things. I own almost every skincare item, almost every skincare brand you can think of. The Ordinary, CeraVe, Face Facts, Cosrx, Paula's Choice, Beauty of Joy Song. I own almost every skincare brand that you can think of, both Korean and Western skincare items. I own so much of them. I think I am a skincare addict. I own so many skincare products because I'm just obsessed with skincare. I love it. I like tapping things into my face. And because of that, I am so easily influenced to buy more. Even the things that I know I don't need, even when my skin is okay, I don't really need more things to add to my routine, I just buy. I buy and I keep. I buy and I try it once or like a few days and then I stop using it because it was never really a necessity. I just saw it and it looked pretty and I bought it. I unfollowed some skincare accounts that I usually shop from. Yes, they post regularly. They're posting on their stories often. They're posting on like in-feed posts all the time. And every time I just like randomly feel the itch to search their website. There's always something going out of stock really quickly. So I had to just like stop myself. Like, I'm spending so much money here on skincare and I don't really need it. My skincare items are maybe 5 max in my routine and I don't really need more. My skin is fine, my skin is okay. And why am I tempting myself to buy more? So I did the hard thing and unfollowed these accounts. It may not be skincare for you, it might be clothes or it might be gadgets like phones or whatever. If you feel tempted to buy any of these accounts, to purchase anything, you can unfollow, create the feed that you want to see. And if you're someone who easily gets influenced, unfollow. Find what works for you. My loud budgeting tips may not work for you. For example, you may be so against DIYing anything. You may not want to do things yourself. You may even be against buying secondhand because, like, why would you buy something that was already used in the first place? That's you. My own loud budgeting tips work for me. Your own might be completely different. The last tip is to follow what works for you. What works for you is what is going to work for you best, okay? The things that work for you will not work for me. There's no one size fits all when it comes to personal finance. That is why it's called personal finance. Personal finance should be personal to you, to every individual. It should be personal. At the end of the day, I'm just sharing tips based on my experience, and the ones that resonate with you, you can choose to take them, and the ones that you don't resonate with, you can choose to leave them. And subscribe.